Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So since it's the end of the year, I thought it would be fitting to do a yearly overview of what my year looked like this year, some of the goals I achieved, and also some goals that I want to set for 2023. Also, I have been asked this question so much, and that is how much I earn as a graphic designer. So I thought I would share with you my earnings for this year and a bit of a breakdown as to where I earned that money, whether it was from websites, branding, other graphic design work. So I'm very excited to share that with all of you today. Also, I know I haven't been as active as I would usually like to be on YouTube, and that's just because these couple of months have flown by so quickly. I had a bit of a last minute trip to Singapore recently, and I've also just been so busy with client work that I just haven't had the time, and I'm really hoping next year and going forward, I will have a lot more time to dedicate to YouTube because I really do enjoy making videos. Having said all of that, if you're new here and you like videos like these, don't forget to subscribe and leave a thumbs up down below. And I am going to go right into this video. So to start off with, I want to go over some of the goals that I achieved this year and some of my, yearly highlights. At the beginning of this year, I kind of set some goals for myself to motivate myself to achieve those things. So I did a bit of a reflection on whether or not I did achieve them, and I'm going to share some of them with you. So the first goal I had was to go full-time into my business. And if you have watched any of my other videos or vlogs, you will know that at the beginning of the year, and for most of this year actually, I had a part-time job working as a graphic designer for a social media agency. And the time that I didn't work for that agency, I would work on my own business. So I was actually able to go full-time in October of this year and leave my part-time job, which was so exciting for me. I did have a lot of freedom in that job anyway, but it was just one of my goals just to be my own boss completely, not kind of answer to anyone else and have my own hours, which I've been able to do. So I'm very grateful about that. And it's kind of crazy because when you're going through it, it's almost like not as exciting to you because you're always thinking about the next thing that's going on. So to kind of reflect on the things that I have been able to achieve now is kind of cool. And yeah, I'm just really proud of myself that I was able to do that. Another thing I wanted to achieve this year was to work with some dream clients. And I've been able to work with a bunch of really cool clients, some high profile clients that I've really loved working with. I really in particular loved this one jewelry brand that I worked for, that I did a rebrand and a website for. And I love the way it turned out. And also I did a website for an artist, which I've never really done before, but he creates some amazing artwork. He's worked with some of the biggest brands and designer brands out there. So that was really fun to do. It was a bit of a different website that I've never really done in that style before, but I'm very pleased with how it turned out. And I loved how it kind of like pushed me outside of my own design boundaries. The next thing I set for myself is more of financial goals, and I wanted to achieve some 10K months this year. I had never earned above 10K or even 10K yet in my business. And when I'm talking about money here, I'm talking in British pounds. And I was not only able to achieve that, but I achieved that kind of consistently towards the end of the year. So the last 3 or so months for me have been consistent 10K months. I know for some people that might not be a lot of money, but for me being, for the first time going full time in my own business and having that kind of money, it's been really eye-opening to what I could potentially achieve in the future as well. Another goal that I almost achieved, and I didn't quite, but I was proud of myself for this one. So I set myself a savings goal of £20,000, and I am saving for a house. So if you live in England or London or know about the prices pretty much everywhere in the world now, it's so crazy to buy a house. So I'm really trying my hardest to save. So I set myself a goal of £20,000. And I wasn't able to achieve that. It was a few £1,000s short. But that's only because a few emergencies came up. I had to go on some last minute trips. But if it wasn't for that, I probably would have reached that goal. So I am really proud of myself for being able to do that. Those are kind of the financial goals I had. Some things I guess now I should speak on that I need to work on for next year is my wellness goals. I had set some wellness goals for myself. Going to the gym, eating healthy, just focusing on my mental health more. And I was pretty good at this up until, I would say, the end of the year or the midway through the third quarter. And that's only because I got so busy with client work, and I just kind of pushed my own needs and well-being to the side. And I would literally work from morning to night, go to bed and repeat. And I would even work on weekends. And I know that really isn't healthy, and that's not something that I want to strive for. So next year, I really want to focus on balance and being healthy and being able to enjoy my life a little bit more. So jumping right into how much I earn in 2022, this is a question that I have probably been asked the most on YouTube, and I understand why. I get why people are curious about that. I almost wasn't going to share this with YouTube and the internet just because I know people are really funny about money and how it's a taboo topic, but I would like to inform people and educate people on what is possible for them if you were to go and start your own business in graphic design, because I know that when I first started, I was really interested to see what was possible for me, what I could potentially make. And having said that, I know that this might not be a lot to some people, and to some people it might be a big amount of money. It's all relative, I guess. But also I want to just say that this is based on me going full-time only from October onwards. So before that, I was only doing part-time work in my business. But yeah, so this is for the last 12 months, but 3 months or 4 months of me like full-time in my business. So I'm just going to get my spreadsheet up. So I actually have, I keep my spreadsheets basically from April to April the next year because of tax purposes. So I'm going to calculate actually from one spreadsheet and then my last year's spreadsheet, so I can go from January to December. Okay, so the total for this year in British pounds from January to December is $70,666. So that is my salary in British pounds for this year. In US dollars, that would be about 85,000 US dollars. I know to some people that might not be a lot at all, but to me, I'm very proud of that amount. Obviously, I want to keep growing on that. I want to make next year even better. But I will say, majority of that money came from the last 4 or so months of the year. So yeah, beginning of the year, it didn't look like I was going to make quite as much, but I think I got more momentum throughout the year. And I got more referrals and everything. So that really helped boost my income and get more clients. And to break it down for you, I'm just going to see where so I would say about 70% of that income came from website design and development. I do charge a lot more for websites than I do for branding just because it's a lot more time intensive. So I, adjust that pricing accordingly to how much time I spend per project. So 70% was for the website stuff, and then the 30% would be branding, design, and kind of like social media graphics and stuff like that. So yeah, that is my yearly income. It is the first year I've fully gone into graphic design and promoting my services. So yeah, I just wanted to share with you what is possible for you if you're thinking about going into graphic design or going full-time into your own business. I will say though that in order for me to go full-time or feel like I was safe going full-time, I did have reoccurring income that I knew of that was going to cover me for the next 3 months. So I kind of put off going full-time into my business for a while just because I wanted to be smart about it. I wanted to be safe about it. And I wanted to know that I was covered financially if I didn't get clients in the next, 3 or so months. And I had a bit of an emergency fund to fall back on if I really needed it. So if you are going full-time into your business, I would suggest having some sort of backup plan, some savings plan in place just in case. And I'm sure it wouldn't happen that you don't find clients, but if you find yourself in that position, it's a lot easier and you have a lot less to stress about. Okay, to end this off, I wanted to quickly go over some of my goals for 2023. Now that you've kind of seen what I've achieved in 2022 and how much I've earned. For 2023, basically, I want to focus on balance and taking care of my health and wellness. So that is one of my goals, to go to the gym 2 or 3 times per week, every week, if I can. Well, we might start slow at the beginning of the year. And then also I have a business that is going to be launching in 2023 that I'm launching with my business partner that I've been working on for a couple of months now. So I'm very excited for that to be launched in 2023. And obviously a goal of mine is for that to be successful and be generating a good amount of income. And also I would love to reach 6 figures next year. I know that would be absolutely incredible for me, and I'd be able to save more towards my future house. But I know I've been so close this year, so hopefully if I'm able to get some more referrals in or do some more lead generation, then that will bring in some dream clients that will help me push towards that goal of 6 figures. So I also know that in order to get there, I have to work on my lead generation a little bit. So I want to focus more on my social media accounts, such as TikTok and Instagram, because they've generated me clients this year. So I know that if I keep working on that, if I keep posting more, then that will be a good source of bringing in new clients for me. So that's definitely something that I want to focus on in 2023. But apart from that, like I said, I just want to focus on balance and having fun in my business and just enjoying the process of working for myself. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got something out of it. If you have any questions about kind of going full time or about graphic design or a bit more about the work that I do, feel free to comment down below and I'll be happy to answer any questions. But for now, I hope you have a very good Christmas and wishing you all a happy new year, and I will see you in my next video.